That's valuable. That is valuable. That's right there. That right there, wisdom. Wisdom. All these people who think they're gonna outsmart the system, they know about, they're gonna outsmart it. Lack of wisdom. Even the Bible says it's like a fool. Like a fool is like a dog that returns to its vomit. So many people, they're gonna outsmart it. They got more experience doing other things, but they got this. They got this.
I can't afford the groceries. I can't afford your gas. It's by inflation across the nation. 81 million votes my ass. Hey, 81 million votes my ass.
Hello everyone, it's Joel Davis with United Medical Transportation Providers Group. You are the broker.com and Home Care Access. I know it's been a long time, folks. It's been a long time since my last video. It's not because I've just been on vacation. It's because this 21-year-old Olympic athlete has been buku busy. We keep getting busier and busier with the more people we work with, and always a pleasure. But that doesn't mean that I am not scared in making this video. And I kind of almost mean that sincerely. I'm exceptionally scared and fearful in making this video because I don't know how long it's going to be. It's been so long and there's so much stuff. If you could see my computer screen here, I got buku stuff to go through. A ton of stuff. And I know we're only going to scratch the surface. So I'm scared. Who knows how long this is going to be. There's going to be parts in here where I'm literally going to have to lift up your jaw because your jaw is going to be on the ground with some of the things I'm going to show you. So watch the entire thing. Whether you got to piecemeal it, pick up where you left off, I don't care. If there's something you've already familiar with, you're redundant, whatever, you're done with the Medicaid brokers. We'll cover a lot of Medicaid broker stuff in here because they're popping up on every corner. It's amazing how many Medicaid brokers there are. A lot of them are smaller, regional based. So many of them are just tech platforms. It's just disgusting. So there's so much to go through. And then there's always the unpredictable variable of some of the crazy things that I might say. So who knows? I'm scared to go through this. Bear with me. I literally spent about 2 hours just trying to organize just a fraction of this stuff. So if I'm going to do a lot of clicking back and forth because I want to be able to show you a lot of stuff. I don't want to just tell you. It's easy to tell you stuff. I want to show you. When people see it with their own eyes, they tend to believe it more, although not always. So I'm going to be bouncing around all over the place. I'm telling you right now, I already spent about 2 hours trying to organize some of this stuff, and I'm still not even there. And I just said, you know what, screw this. I don't have time for this. Let's just make the video. If there's, places where we flub it up, then we flub it up. Who cares? It's about getting the message out there. A lot of good stuff. So let me start off. We're going to be jumping back and forth across a lot of things. A couple of things. Again, this video is going to have something for everybody, so watch the whole thing. Now, if you're a newbie and you're just starting out, I don't care what the business is. So if you're a newbie and you're starting out in the medical transportation, home care, starting your own broker business, for the love of God, please, please. I always tell people that, we're going to build our business. The way you build your business right now is actually for what it's going to be down the road in the future. But let's not be stupid. We got to be practical and realistic. For the love of God, I'm begging you, please, if you're a newbie, please stop calling your business Global XYZ Transportation Service, National ABC Logistics Transportation Services, or International Global. Stop. Please stop. And oh, by the way, you got one vehicle. Please stop doing that. Not only is it annoying, who do you think you're gonna fool? You got one vehicle. You got one or two caregivers. We're global. No, stop. You're not. You lose credibility when you do stuff like that. Because then when you go meet with, it's analogous to when you meet with a facility and you go in there with your template, your doctored up, cut and paste, you took a piece of this contract, piece of that contract that you found online or you found from the White Walker group chat sites, all that nonsense. I can assure you, facilities know you're full of crap. I can assure you, facility staff members, they know you're full of crap. All you're doing is making a joke of yourself. Global XYZ Transportation Services. How many vehicles you got? One. We're based here in a location. You stop. Come on. If you're a newbie and you did that, go change your name right now. Go change your name right now. Legally change the name of your S Corp, your LLC, or whatever you are. Stop. Again, it's as stupid and laughable as the people with their doctored up, cut and paste. And don't think like when you submit these contracts to these facilities, especially when if they're a larger facility and the legal department looks through it, don't think they're not laughing at you. Trust me, I mean, we talk, we know, we speak, we engage, encounter so many different people in so many different arenas. That's like, they laugh at you. This part of your contract is so legalistic, and yet it has nothing to do with the services you're going to be providing, but you copied it from something else, you put it in there. And then you could clearly see where you just articulated it yourself, and you're damn near speaking Ebonics. And then you got this legalistic nonsense over here. Then we speak Ebonics. Then we got this legalistic nonsense right here. Then you tried to put in some old English nonsense that doesn't even translate to the core services or purposes of what you're going to be providing the facility. They laugh at you. So coming out of the gate, please stop with we're global. No, you're not. We're national. Stop. You're not. We're international. Slow your roll, yo. Another thing, another key administrative things. I've talked about this in another video. Please stop trying to get cute. There are a number of a number of states that do not allow non-emergency medical transportation providers to provide non-emergency stretcher work. Stretcher, gurney, same thing. I'm not going to say the name. There's a couple different brands, but I'm not going to say any of their names. Stop trying to get cute. I talked about in previous videos where I had a serious lawsuit where they had one of those, we'll call them systems. The patient was on a system. Boom! Wrecked. Everything starts going through, insurance going to cover it. Oh wait, they discover you're not in a wheelchair. Oh no, they are. They're in the XYZ system. No, that's not a legally insured wheelchair. No, but it is. They told us it was. Doesn't care what the sellers say. Doesn't care what the salesmen of the system tell you. It's what the underwriters will insure. That is what is most important. Bar none, closed door, end of discussion, over. I don't care what any salesman tells you that their system that you just spent thousands of dollars on to try to outsmart the system, we're going to get cute. We're going to be able to market to facilities and say, hey, I know we're not licensed to do stretcher work, but we can use one of our systems. And you can make more money, and that's cool. Do it for as long as you can. But then, boom. When an accident happens, then what do you do? Because the situation we're in, and I talked about this again, our client provider tried to get cute, tried to do their thing. Then they retain our services post-accident. It's amazing how many people, they wait until crisis hits. They wait until crisis hits. Then all of a sudden, then they want to use us. Amazing. As I digress. Here's the situation though. So basically he's out of business. He's bankrupt for that business. It's a matter of, so the insurance, the underwriter wouldn't insure him. He had to declare bankruptcy, had a lawsuit come against him, had to declare bankruptcy, thought about strategized briefly about a countersuit of the people who sold him the system. But when you weighed all the pros and cons, at what cost? At what cost? There's no guaranteed victory. There's no guaranteed pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So with that being said, at what cost? Do we jump over quarters to get to nickels? Do we risk that? So what do you have now? You tried to get cute. How'd that work out for you? So again, if you're watching this, don't get cute. I promise you, especially if you're new to home care, NEMT, or you're starting your broker business, I get it. So many people, I'm going to reinvent the wheel. I'm going to do it my way. Folks, come on. And I encourage you, and you're going to see why in a minute. You're going to see why in a minute. If you are working with us, or you've retained us, if you're paying us money, use us. Use us. That's what we're here for. I'm going to show you stuff here. Again, I'm going to be picking, in a little bit, I'm going to be picking your jaw up off the floor here. If you've retained my services, you're using me, my staff, you paid us good money, we're here to serve. Okay, working with us isn't like the White Walker, all the freebie experts, all the freebie wannabes, the White Walkers. For those of you new to the channel, the White Walkers, it's like the Game of Thrones. If you've seen Game of Thrones, they just multiply. They're vicious beasts. They just keep coming like zombies, and they literally multiply. That's how everybody is. They all want everything free online. So they go to the group chats. Group chats. Hey, does anyone have the number for Motive Care? Can anyone help me with Insurance League? Can anyone help me with this? It's like it's like Chamber of Commerce. All the newbies. Oh, I joined the Chamber of Commerce. Dud. And look, I'm all for it. This is a relationship building game. Business entrepreneurship is a relationship building game. I'm all for it. Build as network, build relationships. One lead can lead to another. I get all that. But then, oh, I'm going to the Chamber of Commerce mixer. You ever notice how when you go to those, there's no real major people there, no real major entrepreneurs, that real millionaires. They're not there. You're surrounded by the same newbies. You're surrounded by newbies. No, I'm trying to make connections, right? And you're all newbies just coming out of the gate. No one wastes their time with that nonsense. And they're saying this is why everyone hates me on the group chats, because it's the same thing. It's all White Walkers, just all nonsense. When you're done playing in the kiddie pool, you want to swim in the deep blue sea, let us know. Again, I'm going to be bouncing all over the place. I'm going to start showing you stuff because I tried, like I said, I probably invested 2 hours trying to like tie things in, but it would take me another 6 hours. I don't have time for that. Let's just shoot the video and see where it leads us. So, and forgive me, I'm not trying to be salty. I'm living in fear here because of everything we're going to talk about. All right, so let me show you. Again, I got to do a lot of scrolling and clicking. Let's start here. And some of these things, again, I got so much stuff that I just took pieces, just random emails. So some of the dates could be a month old, some could be from yesterday. Good morning, the hubby, her husband. The hubby made it home safe last night. We got him a vehicle. We found him a great vehicle. Look, one thing we do when we're working one-on-one with people, we help them find the right vehicles. And again, there's specific scenarios, specific metrics, specific things that I'm looking for when I'm looking for vehicles. And not everybody gets the same type of vehicle because, I got some people in more rural areas, we need different type of things. I work with some people who are ALS, BLS, and NEMT. We got to find different solutions, and the list goes on. So I know what I want, I know what I'm looking for, and it's a competitive landscape right now. It's getting harder to find good deals, but they're still there, but we got to find them. So she writes, good morning, this is someone we've been working with for a little while now, and they're just starting out, boom, they're highly motivated, great people, love them. Good morning. The hubby made it home safe last night. We want to thank you for finding us the van. We were very frustrated with those blank dealerships and their TMU vans. TMU stands for true mileage unknown. So sometimes when you see a vehicle and it's just too good to be true, there's a lot of things in the back end you got to start looking for. One of them is TMU, true mileage unknown. We're not dealing with that. We are not dealing with TMU vans. Not going to happen. So they found some on their own. They were TMU. I said, no. We got to look into this. We got to dig deeper. Sure enough, boom, they're TMU. We found them one that, boom, we were just, it wasn't TMU, had everything we wanted, and it was a great deal. The dealership was a father and son owners who were so honest. The price of the van was $18,995. I figured with fees and taxes, $21,000 or $22,000. Again, this is not the norm. This is not the norm. So if we're dealing with you right now, you could expect you're probably going to pay a little bit more than this. The owner said, no, there's no fees or any extra fee dealerships put on. He said that the price, $18,995, all in. Of course, my Cuban, her husband is Cuban. Good dude, good dude. Just talked to him on the phone the other day. Great dude. Of course, my Cuban negotiator, her husband traveled to go a different state to get it. Pick it up, drove it back. Of course, my Cuban negotiator brings it down to $18,500 and they fill up the gas tank. Laugh out loud. They own the gas station too. Anyways, thank you for finding us the van, and we are truly excited to start the new adventure. Grazie. These are little Latinas, good people. And let me give you a little something else from them. And I'm going somewhere with this. So, to get the vehicle, we found a great deal, found a good steal. What are you going to need after that? Well, there's good. We're going to have to get it lettered. We did. Boom. They got it lettered. Did perfect. The way we needed it done. Matched the thing. We built their website. Awesome. Straight up pimp juice. Looks good. Marketing material. Put things together for them. Their welcome packet. All that kind of stuff. Looks great. Getting some insurance quotes now. She said we're working with this other agent partner that they have a different application. She sent us this application. I told us, do not fill this out. Don't you fill it out. Let me do it. Because based on the questions, look, the goal is to put your. We need to be properly insured, of course, but we need to articulate the right things so we don't get raked. Was it raked over the coals or pulled over the barrel or whatever the saying is? We don't want to get raped here financially. We got to find a good policy. It's going to cover us for sure, but we got to, get it at the best rate. So I told her, don't fill out this application yet. Let me do it. I'm going to do it for you. I did it for her, and I hooked it the heck up. I hooked it up. So I sent it to her. I'm not going to show you that. I'm not going to share that email with you because it has a lot of, I don't want to say proprietary info, but it has a lot of key nuggets in there that I'm not going to share on a video because the White Walkers, those savage beasts, and the White Walker advisors, they're just absolutely insane. I can't put that stuff there. So I sent this to her. I said, hey, this is all pimp juice. She responds. Here's her email. Wow, the pimp juice is real. And yes, we talk stupid like that because that's the way this 21-year-old Olympic athlete rolls. For those of you new to the channel, back in the day, I used to self-identify as a 65-year-old gay black trans female. I decided I wanted to go with youth. I tried to file for Social Security, didn't get it. They weren't buying the whole identification, so I decided to go with youth and fitness. So then I transitioned. Now I'm a 21-year-old, 6'4", 215-pound Olympic athlete shooting for 4th place, baby. Why 4th place? Because I'm gonna signal some virtue, let other people win. The 1 through 3. Signal that virtue, let more people win. That's how we roll. This is a virtue signaling website. This is a virtue signaling platform. So everyone's welcome here. All the virtue signals, all the betas, all the simps and gimps and limps, you're all welcome here. This is a safe space. So she continues, wow, the pimp juice is real. You and your team are truly amazing. Thank you. Who knew the 21-year-old, boom, Olympic athlete would have all this pimp juice? I know what some of y'all are thinking. How did you become an international sex symbol? Ladies and gentlemen, stay focused on this, please. I know it's hard. Some of you have asked, when am I going to start my OnlyFans, my OnlyFans page, whatever. I don't want to do that because I don't want to cheapen myself. I don't want people to look at me as just a piece of meat. I want them to see me from my mind. So, boom, thank you. Who knew the 21-year-old Olympic athlete would have all this pimp juice? I am editing our resumes a bit, and I'll be sending all this over, our driver's license, and the info in the van. Thank you. By the way, I found the wheelchairs on XYZ. Should be here next week. So, the reason I share this stuff is, especially if you're a newbie, don't even fill out your application for the insurance. We'll do it. Because trust me, the things that you're going to put down as a newbie will be different than what we put down, because everything we put down is to put you in a better position. No question. We got to be properly insured. But we got to do it wisely. We need to do it progressively. We don't need to start out. We don't need to come out of the gates with seven-figure policies, $1 and $2 million policies. This is like facilities. When you go meet with facilities, well, if you want to work with us, you need a $2 million policy. No, I don't. No, I don't. Now, if you want me to get that, I'll go get more insurance, but you're paying more. And that within itself is a whole negotiation process. It's a whole strategy within itself. But the reason I share this with you is, boom, we get you your vehicle, no doubt. But now we're going to need insurance at the right time. Now, once you get that vehicle, you don't go right away and start going with commercial or NEMT auto policy. You don't want that. We don't want that right away. We want to get the vehicle, get it prepped, get it ready to roll. Then when we're closer to launch, then we get the higher price insurance premium, the NEMT insurance. But again, the key point here is, if you're a newbie, let us fill out the application for you. That's what we're here for. You're paying us money to do that. Let us do it. All right, let's keep rolling along here. It's a long video. Stay with us here. All right, now this one we have with Home Care Access. We got great people that I work with, Marty and Jenny. We got some new people joining our team. Got a lot of great people we're working with around the country here. And here's what you have to understand about, take for example non-emergency medical transportation. One of the key things that I want to know is, okay, what's your trip volume? Well, we do 100 trips. We do 100 trips a day. Okay, are they round trip? Are they one way? A combination of? What are those percentages? What's that breakdown look like? Okay, what's the percentage of ambulatory versus wheelchair? If you are in a state where NEMT could do stretcher, okay, what's that percentage look like? So my point is that when it comes to medical transportation overall, one of the first fundamental variables I'm going to look for is what's your trip volume. When it comes to home care, it's not necessarily how many clients you got, how many caregivers you got. It's really how many hours. How many hours are you doing per week, per month? Okay, because then I can start to evaluate where we're at revenue-wise, and then take other variables into consideration to determine some of your level of profitability. But when it comes to home care, you're really looking at, okay, how many hours are you serving? So now this chart we started to share with, again, as we've started working with more and more people, one of the most common questions we get is, what type of money can you make? I love this chart. My partners Marty and Jenny put this together because it just underscores, and again, I'm visual, I love numbers. And when it comes to home care, there's a lot of great things happening right now. A lot of great things. Rates of reimbursement are going up dramatically almost everywhere. Almost everywhere. Not only the private pay, in most places, a lot of waiver work, the rates of reimbursement are dramatically increasing. Some places are still lagging behind, I would argue, but it's only a matter of time. They're being forced. They got it continue to increase. VA, I've talked about this in previous videos, the VA when it comes to home care is nothing like it used to be. Back in the day when we worked exclusively with private pay home care agencies, we would tell them, don't even waste your time with VA. Not only was it a hard process to get licensed and registered, just to get paid was taking forever. So long story short, quick crash course. Back in, I think it was 18 or 19, when when the businessman in office deregulated, I use the term deregulated, but really he made it much more, through deregulation, he made it more expansive. I'll give you a classic example. Where I am here in upstate New York, technically because I'm a vet, I have VA benefits, so technically I can go to a VA, but if I did, I'd have to go to Syracuse because they're an hour away. So in deregulating the VA system years ago, basically the businessman in office said, why are we doing that? Why are we sending these vets an hour away, 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on how rural and remote they are? Why are we sending them? It's harder for them to get to care, and it's costing us more money to get them to get quality care. How about we let them stay local, go to different hospitals, clinics, get the care they need, and we just reimburse them? Novel idea, right? Well, that's essentially what happened. That's kind of analogous to what happened with the VA. And if you look at the VA and you look at waiver work, really what's happened is with increasing demand, and because everybody, every industry, I don't care what business you're in, what industry you're in, everybody is experiencing labor-related issues. So the VA and a lot of these waivers, they know that, listen, we got people on waiting lists. We got to get them care now. We don't want to wait for crisis. Back in the day, with home care, everything was about crisis. They would never pay for non-medical home care services. It was either medical care, which is much more expensive, or we got to wait till they hit crisis mode and they go into a traditional rehab or skilled nursing facility. And now we're paying buku bucks. With every state budget being pretty much broke, finally, like the VA, they started to realize, hey, let's try to mitigate this. Let's start to do more preventative care. Let's try to keep people at home because it's more cost effective. So let's keep them at home and keep them there for as long as possible. Therefore, the VA started to deregulate and increase the rates of reimbursement dramatically. Same thing with a lot of these waivers. Again, some certain areas, certain states, some of the waivers I think are still too far behind, but they will catch up eventually. Other states, they're just throwing the money at it. And what's that doing with private pay as well? That's further buoying and lifting up and elevating the private pay rates of return. So back in the day where it was almost unheard of to hear of waiver programs that are in the ballpark of $25 hourly rate. In some states right now, it's going to be above that. VA in some states is twice that. It's mind-boggling. It's crazy. So let me take a couple more seconds here to talk about the home care. Again, you want to look at monthly hours. How many hours are you serving per week, per month? Now, we take a look and look at how many caregivers do we have. When you look at this chart, by all means, take a screenshot of this so you can study it. I absolutely love this type of thing because I love numbers. So you choose any scenario, and then you take this and you run any scenario of your liking. So realistically, you know, a short few years ago, your hourly rates for private pay were $25. Again, we're seeing them now in many places consistently more and more in the high 20s and in the 30s because, again, we're seeing that the waiver rates are starting to increase, which is further increasing and elevating the rates for private pay. And like I say, the VA, there's some VA rates right now that are so good, even private pay can't touch it. But study this chart and look at it. Here's the thing that I always tell people. Realistically, my ideal scenario for both NEMT and home care, I really want a 25% margin. Sometimes now with home care, because home care is so heavily labor-based, it can be more of a challenge to get to that 25, so maybe you're closer to 20, which is still great. It's still phenomenal. But especially when you have both an NEMT and home care, and you're able to leverage your resources, you're able to consolidate billing procedures, office staff, office location, you're able to exceed industry standards and industry metrics for margins and ROI, things of that nature. So this is why, again, take a screenshot of this, study it, especially if you're already in NEMT and you're looking to diversify, grow another source of revenue. Look, the layup decision is obviously home care. I mean, especially if you're taking people out of hospitals, if you're doing discharges out of hospitals, discharges out skilled care and rehab facilities, and you're taking people to home or some of the more independent facilities. I mean, it's a natural progression. You know everything about these people. And it's not like you need to investigate or put forth a great effort to find out anything about them, because they're given to you on a silver platter. And the other thing I would also tell you is, depending on your location, maybe, look, man, I'm kind of maxed out here with NEMT. It's like we've hit the cap. Based on our location, based upon population, based upon our number of competitors, we're kind of at a ceiling in terms of how big we're going to grow. So if nothing changes with any of our other, unless we buy out our competitor, nothing else is going to change. So maybe it's time for you. The next progression is home care. Maybe labor is an issue. I'm having a hard time finding enough drivers. Well, can you also find caregivers? Because maybe that's the next synergistic evolution of your business, is to bring the two businesses together. So again, study this. I love numbers. Run your own scenarios. It's right in front of you. It's simple math. This is why I love numbers, and I'm a visual person too. I want to see things in front of me. So continue to study this, and definitely consider the opportunities with home care, especially if you're already in and operate in non-emergency medical transportation business. All right, so I told you I'm gonna be doing a lot of clicking here. Okay, to play off my previous point, here's something that this is another variable. This is why. Oh man, again, I'm gonna be picking up your jaws. This is gonna be a long video, folks. I told you this. I'm gonna be picking up your jaw here pretty soon. Okay, this is why, for all of you who are adamant, I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna go broker work. I'm just gonna use my sedan. I'm gonna use my own minivan. I'm gonna start out with broker work. This is critical. There's a lot of crap hole states out there. I happen to live in one. New York, crap hole. New York City, off the reservation. Just absolute garbage. Cesspool. Sorry, man. How can you say that I live there? Cesspool. Live in a cesspool. I live in a communist state. A lot of these loon-toon states and loon-toon cities. I share this because it's going to start to put things in perspective for you, wage-wise, rates of reimbursement-wise. Here it is. Cal matters. California matters. Cal matters. No, it doesn't. It's too bad. California is such a beautiful state. There's so many good people. There's so many good, strong, pro-American people. Then there's just absolute loon-toons. Like Gavin Newsom signs law boosting minimum wage for fast food workers. Is $20 enough? So as of next year, more than 500,000 fast food workers, mostly minorities and women, will earn higher minimum wages because Governor Gavin Newsom signed the fast food bill Thursday, but some say that's not living wage, because we're supposed to provide living wages for, people who are supposed to be making minimum wage. It's supposed to be a living wage now. Ridiculous. Anyway, so here's the point to this. If next year in communist Cali, they're going to be paying fast food workers $20 an hour. If you're paying less than that for NEMT, for home care, how long do you think it's going to last for you? This type of thing, this type of socially engineered communism affects your business. I know. Trust me, I know. Like Paula said, if you could just get past his politics.
Forget his political views and all that. If you can get past
Folks,
that, man.
As I've said 1,000,001 times, politics directly affects policy, which directly affects your money. This social engineering by loon-toon politicians who don't know their ASS from a hole in the ground are going to directly affect your business. Everybody already has a labor-related issue. Everybody, every industry, every business, everywhere. Name the state, I see it. Name the business, I see it. Name the industry, I see it. So now you got fast food going to $20 an hour. That means it's going to put more strain on you and your business. So if you are a business that is reliant on brokers heavily or completely, You are a ticking time bomb. We've talked about this. You're a ticking time bomb. I don't care what business you're in. Why does this matter? Keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching. But here's the good news. Here's the good news. I'm going to show you something. I love this. I love this. I love this. Now here's something I work with in a very unique state. I love this state. I'm going to go out here one time. I'm going to go out to this state. I've been through there many years ago, but I'm going to go there because I want to go to some of their football games out in their state. Let me see if I can find it here. I love this. So this is going to give you hope. All right, let's see. Make sure I got the right one. This is going to give you hope. So I'm working with this client provider, 100% broker, 100% broker. And he's retained my services because he knows he's a ticking time bomb. So he ends up hiring, he has a handful of people. I think he has about 5 or 6 vehicles right now. We're working to begin to transition him. The goal is to mitigate or limit, rather than being 100% broker, I'd like to invert that and see it 20% broker work. Everything else, private pay, direct pay, contracted work. Trust me, if I get less than 20, I would. And you'll see why in a little bit. So he hires this one girl. She is, she used to run her own, she had a couple daycare facilities. She sold them, made some good money, but she's at a point in time in her life where she loves staying busy, wants to make good money, is an entrepreneur, I would say. She's an entrepreneur. I've never talked to her, never met her. My client provider I have, I would say that she's an entrepreneur by DNA. She wants to be an entrepreneur. But she's at a point in time in her life where she wants to spend more time with her family, her kids. She has a couple of daughters. So she doesn't want to take on that liability type responsibility. But she is literally, so I told my client provider, I said, this is staring you in your face. She is your director of operations, because she is literally taking the bull by the horns of this business. As I was explaining to him the other day, she's an intrapreneur. She's an entrepreneur by DNA. Her DNA, she's an entrepreneur. But again, because of family, she wants to spend more time with family, that type of deal. She doesn't want to take on all the liability or all the responsibilities associated with owning the business. But her DNA, her mindset is entrepreneur. So she works within his business like a quote unquote intrapreneur. And she's just running it. She's doing a phenomenal job. Here's a text message recently. It says, "Good morning." She's sending this to my client provider, the business owner. Just wanted to update the link I sent you for the new program that showed up in town. It's the name. Like, obviously, we gotta black that out. They opened in August. So she's looking at this new facility that's opening up, that she is taking it upon herself, that she wants to go visit. She's notifying my client provider, the business owner, saying, hey, this is a new facility open up. I'm going to go hit this. I've already emailed the business owner. I'm trying to set up a meeting to where we can help them with obviously transportation. They take clients with private pay, also Medicare, so I want to see about getting a contract. Do you understand that this is an employee of my client provider, the business owner? This is like, boom, this gives you hope. This gives you hope and faith in humanity and employees. I'm going to read that last part again just to underscore it. I'm trying to set up a meeting to where we can help them with obviously transportation. They take clients with private pay, also Medicare. So I want to see about getting a contract with them going. If I don't hear anything from the email, I am going to go in this week and talk to them. Lord Jesus, if I could duplicate this woman, if I could duplicate her and sell it, she'd be priceless. Looks like they do behavioral one-on-one with clients. and also have a therapy room, swim lessons, and a lot of extras. Anyways, just wanted to let you know. Me, the employee, I'm telling you, the business owner. And oh, by the way, trust me, I'm not a threat to you because I don't want to own your business. I don't even want to go start my own business because I already sold my previous businesses. I think she got well into the 7 figures. Or, I'm sorry, well into the high 6 figures. So that's not an issue. She just wants to stay active and stay engaged. Let's see where I left off here. Have a blessed Friday. Also, I have called Medicare, the billing department, talking to the head of HR. They're waiting for them to give me a call back, and if I don't hear from them in a couple of days, I will be calling again to see about filling with private pay. The reason I share this with you is because, again, there are diamonds in the rough. Everybody has labor-related issues right now. But those diamonds are still out there. And if I could take her and duplicate her, and sell them to all of you, I would, man. Because this is exactly what you want to foster and cultivate. This is how you build, grow, and scale while also giving you freedom and flexibility so that you could move in other directions and further grow in other areas. Phenomenal. Absolutely love it. So that right there needs to give you faith. You got the dingbat communist politician socially engineering $20. It's got to be a living wage. That's going to strain your business. All the more reason you need people like this. And things are crazy right now. Let's just be honest. Things are absolutely crazy right now. Not only globally but domestically. And guess what? They're going to get worse. And so many of you voted for it. Buyer's remorse. But as I've said for years now, I told you what was going to happen. And as I've said it, the only solution for you is to grow your way out of it. If you're making $50,000, $70,000, $100,000 a year right now, and that's it, that's all, whatever job it is. I don't know. You're an occupational therapist, you're a teacher, whatever your job is, if that's all you got, that's your ceiling, guess what? The price of food is going up. Taxes are going up. Cell phones going up. Fuel's going up. Every single variable, pick the metric, they're all going up. If you have hit a ceiling financially, you're under stress. Your only feasible solution is to grow your way out of it. And think about it. What are you going to do? You can do some side hustles. You can make some extra money doing that. But you have got to grow your way out of this insanity, bottom line. Bottom line. Oh, man. So we got to find, we'll call them Nicoles. We got to find these little Nicoles, man. Gotta find them. Let me go on to the next one. Let's see. Again, folks, I apologize. Okay, here's this one. Here's what I'm looking for. Okay. Quick and easy, to the point. Good afternoon. I'm reaching out to you if you could help me. There's an NEMT company that reached out to me to see if I'm interested to buy his business. Would you be able to evaluate the company for me? Of course. But we have to, so here's the thing. The reason I share this is, and we're solicited every day. So whether you're interested in buying and selling your business, that's predominantly what I do most of the time, working with buyers and sellers. And working with people to prepare their business for sale. So this guy is interested in purchasing. He's been presented with the opportunity to purchase an existing business. Can you help me with the valuation? Yes. So number one, you have to invest in a business valuation. And before you spend the money to retain my services to do this business valuation, you got to make sure that that dude's serious. You got to make sure that that seller's serious. And you got to make sure he's going to get you everything you need. There's a lot of different things I'm going to need. The P&L reports, roster, fleet, vehicle, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of different things I'm going to need. So you got to make sure that he's serious. Before you spend money on a business valuation, make sure he's serious and make sure that he's quick to respond to get you everything he needs. And then I'm going to take all that information, I'm going to put a business valuation together, and I'm going to be honest with you, I call balls and strikes. I don't care about your emotions, I don't care about your feelings, because I don't have time for that. the color green is blind. The color green is blind. Money don't care. So therefore, I'm calling balls and strikes. If I value this business and it's garbage, I'm gonna tell you this is trash. This is garbage. Oh, he wants $1 million. You're insane. This thing isn't worth $250,000. I wouldn't even pay more than $250,000 or whatever the scenario is. I've seen every scenario under the sun probably. You get the idea. So my point in sharing this with you is that's great. You wanna do evaluation on another business. Make sure the person's serious before you spend the money to invest with me. Make sure he's serious and make sure he's gonna share with you the necessary information. All right, let's keep the train rolling. What's next up? Okay. Here's where we're gonna be getting closer now, closer to me lifting up your jaw off the ground here. So I'm gonna share something now. I had Dan or Don or Charlie, one of them, send out an email in September when my buddy Gary and his wife, when they sold their business for $3.25. Now I legitimately asked him. I said, "Hey, awesome, congratulations, whatever. Give me a testimonial." The reason I ask these people for testimonials is not so much to, inflate my ego, but it's to share with you guys so you can see, boom, this is what's feasible. Because Gary and his wife, when they started their business back in the day, I mean, they were heavy medicated. I think it was all broker or close to it. We got to transform that. If we didn't transform that, how do we sell the business for $3.25? It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. If he's 100% broker, we don't close for $3.25, not even in the realm of reality, not even close. So I'm going to share some tidbits of that first to set the stage so you can clearly understand. So when I have to show you some things to lift up your jaw, you'll better appreciate it. So I'm going to share the first one here. Again, this is surely a day or two after they closed. Hey guys, he sent it to us. I know Joel is keen on editing certain details to protect client info, so please feel free to edit whatever you think is best and share with any and all. This is Gary with blank, name of his company, and he and his wife are still, technically they sold the business, but they're working through the transition. They're working with the new buyers, the new owners. This is Gary with blank, based in blank. My partner, his wife, and I are the ones Joel talked about in his recent video talking about closing on a $3.25 million business. I'm pleased to share that we have officially closed as of yesterday, 9/14, and we are now starting new chapters of our life because we will be working with our buyers to transition and also hope to continue working with Joel on new projects and opportunities. Joel asked that I share some of our backstory on how we got here, yada yada. And again, I'll share a little bit more as we move forward, but let me start to get to some craziness here. Okay. I want to move that. Okay. Again, you got to bear with me, folks. Let's see how I mark this one and why. Okay. Okay, real quick. How do I become an NEMT broker? What are the steps for licensing? Folks, I can't help you with that. NEMT brokers are popping up at every other corner. Why would I want to teach you to become an NEMT broker and deal with the insanity? There's a reason why my broker business has nothing to do with the NEMT industry or Medicaid or the associated nonsense. I cannot help you start an NEMT broker business. YouAreTheBroker.com has nothing to do with medical transportation, nothing to do with hourly, nothing to do with the bureaucratic BS associated with everything a la Medicaid and all the associated nonsense. So again, I knew from the very beginning, my partners, Lindsay and Mike, I knew that by using the phrase and the URL youarethebroker.com would be misleading because of my name and reputation in the NEMT industry. But understand, youarethebroker.com has nothing to do with NEMT by design. And when I started and I launched that business, I specifically wanted nothing to do with the bureaucratic nonsense associated with Medicaid and everything. Okay, I'm going to share a little something with you. Again, I'm jumping around a little bit. Just bear with me. It's going to start to come together. Make sure I got the right one here. I shared this, I think, in a question of the day or something like that. Definition. Now, think this thing through. Definition of symbiotic relationship. Symbiotic relationships are the close associations formed between pairs of species. They come in a variety of forms, such as parasitism, where one species benefits and the other is harmed. And commensalism, however you pronounce that. Commensalism, where one species benefits and the other is neither harmed nor helped. Now, why do I share this with you? I want you to think about this as we do talk about some Medicaid broker stuff. Is this a symbiotic relationship? People enslave themselves with these Medicaid brokers. They put them in a position where they're dependent on the brokers for all of their income and everything they do. You're going to see this clearly in a second. You're going to see this symbiotic relationship. You're going to clearly see who the parasites are. Do you both benefit? Is it win-win, or is it just the broker serves as the parasite and they suck the lifeblood out of you? Stay tuned. I'm going to show you some stuff here to blow your mind. Where are you? Where is the one that I want? Where is the one that I want? Here we go. This is insane. Where are you? Here we go. Oh man, this is scary. Are you ready for this? This is scary. Think about what I just shared with you. Symbiotic relationship. Is this a win-win solution, or is the broker serving as a parasite? Now, this was submitted online through our online submission form. The message of this provider, this is about to blow your mind. So the message to us, what they're looking for. Assistance with motive care contract and CMS application in blank. I think that's their location, their state. Assistance with motive care contract and CMS applications in blank state. I am reaching out to seek your assistance and guidance regarding our current contract with motive care and our plans to expand our business in blank state. Firstly, I want to express our concerns about the rate negotiation process with motive care. Although we have recently submitted a rate negotiation, we still feel that the offered rate is too low. Our services involved MTM rides on a call for quote basis with a low volume but appropriate pay for the work involved. Moreover, we have also been approved by HomeLink. Loser. Low. You want to talk about low ROI? I don't think there's an ROI associated with that. Loser. HomeLink. Loser. Where was I at here? Moreover, we have also been approved by HomeLink, but we have yet to take a ride, as it is also a call for, quote, relationship. As the owners of the business, my husband and I have faced financial challenges starting in 2021. There have been months, be prepared to pick your jaw. There have been months where I personally could only take $50 per week as pay due to financial constraints. Why are you doing this? You're working for $50 a month. You can go pump gas and make more than that per day pumping gas. Or pick any average. You can work minimum wage and make more than $50 a day. Why would you do this? I told you I was going to be picking your jaw off the ground. Oh, I'm going to continue. Not just with this one, but with others too. Blow your mind. There have been months where I personally could only take $50 per week as pay due to financial constraints. Despite our dedication and hard work, we have been unable to gain traction and expand our business. Our company, how can you expand your business when you're making $50 a week? Come on. Folks, this is why we go after, this is why you build the business the way I tell you to, so we can go after direct pay, contracted, private pay, higher ROI work. This is insanity. Who's the parasite here? Who's the parasite feeding on you? Our company operates 6 days a week. You're working 6 days a week. Starting from 4 a.m. You're operating 6 days a week and you're starting at 4 a.m. and you're getting $50 a week? A week! And you're operating 6 days a week. Yeah, right here. I personally could only take $50 per week. Divide that by 6. You're not even making $10 a day. Joel, you're insane. Why are you yelling? You're an a-hole. I know. I am. Call me what you want, but that's flipping insane. Our company operates 6 days a week starting at 4 a.m. We have 2 drivers, my husband and myself. We desperately, remember that keyword desperately. I wish I could just like underscore that on my computer screen. We desperately need assistance. We desperately need assistance in finding ways to grow our business and achieve financial stability. Additionally, we have been surviving by targeting out-of-contract rates and bariatric rates. However, Motive Care recently restricted us from leaving our region. Dude, are you effing kidding me? Motive Care recently restricted us. What, are they your daddy? How many times have I said, get off the plantation? Symbiotic relationship, who's the parasite? Who's the victim here? It's like Stockholm Syndrome though, but you're consciously choosing to stay on this plantation. Folks, you're reading this. I know what you're thinking. You're saying, my God, Joel, when did you start work with them? What did you do? We haven't! They sent us this. I don't know who responded to it, but they gave them a detailed explanation that you are all over the place. This is insanity. They never heard from them, never signed up, nothing. And she says, we desperately need assistance. Never heard from them. We have been surviving by targeting out-of-contract rates and bariatric rates. However, Motive Care recently restricted us. Who the F restricted you? You're in business to build wealth and achieve financial independence, and you're going to let someone restrict you? Are you my daddy? You ain't my daddy. S-H-I-T. We have been surviving by targeting out-of-contract rates and bariatric rates. However, Motive Care recently restricted us from leaving our region, and we were forcing them to pay us for trips they redacted due to member no-shows. These trips had a cost override applied, which rendered their $2 no-show fee inapplicable. My God, please make the insanity stop. Let me off out of this hamster wheel, which rendered their $2 no-show fee. Dude, folks, I don't know who's more embarrassed, me having to read this or whoever typed this, man. And I apologize, but this is the stuff you got to see, especially if you're a newbie. Which rendered their $2. $2? Can you even buy a soda for $2 anymore? You can't buy a candy bar. I saw in a gas station one time you get 2 Snickers for $5, and that was on sale. I can't even get a Snickers for $2.50. $2 no-show fee? $2 no-show fee? Despite our efforts, we have not received payment for these trips. I don't care how much money you're generating. We're doing $2 million. How much money are you making? How much money are you keeping? Not even getting paid. Despite our efforts, we have not received payment for these trips. We have been actively trying to resolve this issue since March 2023. Dude, who's the parasite? Who's the victim? Symbiotic relationship. Our aim is to build our business the right way. Excuse me? and we are determined to explore alternative options. Haven't even heard from you. To our current contract with Motive Care. After researching CMS website, you're chasing down shiny objects that you're wasting time. You're contacting CMS, you're wasting your time, it has nothing to do with you. We have come across information indicating that obtaining an MPI number and Medicare number, oh Lord Jesus, please have mercy on them. Please deliver them. Indicating that obtaining an MPI number and Medicare number would suffice in some states. You are wasting your time going down rabbit holes that don't apply to you. However, in blank state, we are confronted with the requirements of a broker per region, which has made it difficult for us to navigate the process independently. Therefore, I am reaching out to you for assistance. Never heard from you. Are you and your team knowledgeable about? No, we're dumb. I don't know anything. I know nothing. I know nothing. I'm just a 21-year-old Olympic athlete, 6'4", 215 pounds with no worldly experience. Are you and your team knowledgeable about blank state law and CMS applications? Again, we sent them an email. Boom! Breaking things down. Never heard from them. We are particularly interested in understanding if obtaining a BLS or ALS license. Lord Jesus, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Is in the only way forward. You absolutely cannot go for ALS, BLS, especially with your current situation. If necessary, my husband and I are willing to obtain the required license to expand our services. You have no clue. No clue. Thank you so much for your time and consideration. Any guidance or support you could provide would be immensely appreciated. We are eager to walk away from our current contract with Motive Care and establish a successful and compliant business in blank state. Looking forward to hearing from you soon. Warm regards, blank. Someone responded to him. Not heard from him. Insanity. Pick your job, please. Pick a job. Close your mouth. Pick a job. People will contact us. I need to speak to Joel. You want me to hire you? I need to speak to Joel first. Why, so I can deal with this nonsense that we see every single day? How come you're not answering your phone? Probably because my people are working on market analysis and they don't need to deal with this stupidity and insanity. Just incredible. You thought that was it? Thought that was it? Told you. Craziness. Gonna be long. Symbiotic relationship. Who's the parasite? Who's the victim? How do I become a Medicaid broker? Really? Really? How do I become a Medicaid broker? Really? Again, there's no coincidence why, if anybody had the ability, potential, resources, knowledge, wherewithal to build a Medicaid broker business, I can assure you it would be me. Why didn't I ever do that? I've been presented with the opportunities 1,000,001 times over the years. Why did I never do that? How come when I started my own broker business it has nothing to do with NEMT, Medicaid, bureaucratic BS, dealing with libtards and degenerates? Unbelievable. Oh, man. Next up, let's see what we got. I'm not done. Let's see. Now, some of you, these go to everybody. Some of you may have seen these stupid mass emails, messages through your website, whatever. Hello, I hope all is well with you today. This is Eli of Blank Technologies. Operative keyword there, technologies. This is Eli of Blank Technologies, and we are looking for companies that provide NEMT services to passengers that need accessible rides to use our online platform. They are a technology company. When you work with us, we want win-win solutions. We want direct pay, private pay, contracted work. We can do Medicaid as long as it's private, as long as it's profitable, and we're going to negotiate hard. If it's not, we're out. If that means we're smaller in size, so we can't go to happy hour and brag about to all the other White Walkers, oh, I got a fleet of 20 vehicles. Would you rather have 20 vehicles or 5 highly profitable vehicles? Here's someone else. I told you from the very beginning, these Medicaid brokers are popping up on every corner, and look at them. They're technology platforms. They say it in their emails, they say it in their name. This is Eli of Blank Technologies, and we are looking for companies that provide NEMT services to passengers that need accessible rides to use our online platform. We will contact you, we will connect you to a wider reach. We're connecting you. Are you making me money? I don't care how many people you connect me with. Do I need to talk to 100 people who I'm lucky if I make any margin, or do I want to talk to 5 people who are profitable? Do I need to have a huge client base, or rather have a smaller one that's focused? They don't shop around on price, they want value. We will connect you to a wider reach of passengers that need your services, and signing up to our online platform would not cost you anything. There is no monthly membership subscription contracts to partner with us. Charges will only apply once a user will book your vehicle. Now understand where this is going. How many platforms do you need to use to operate your business effectively? Oh, I'm using these XYZ routes. I'm using the XYZ software platform. Oh, it's easy. I could upload my broker trips quickly. Toil around with your nonsense. It's insanity. We see some people, they keep pursuing these low margin, nonsensical BS, shiny objects, and they're having to jump back and forth between different software platforms and apps. It's flipping insane. Do you think you can grow and scale like that? Do you think that Gary and his wife were able to sell at 3.25 doing this stupidity? Joel, why are you yelling at me? Because I'm an a-hole. If you are interested and ready to sign up, you may visit our website at www. If you have any questions or concerns, we are most accessible through email at blank. I would be more than happy to assist you. Joel, you're an a-hole. You don't understand what I'm going through. Joel, I'm just going to start with my own personal vehicle. And then when we get there, then I make enough money. And then we're going to invest in this vehicle. And then we're going to do this. And we're going to do that. Insanity. Start your business the right way from the very beginning, please. Joel, you're so dramatic, so dramatic. True. Let me enlighten you a little bit more. See which one this is. Another clip from Gary. We were in business before we ever knew Joel. We were just doing broker work, and one day, Blank, his wife, came to me and said, you need to watch some of this guy's videos. We subscribed, and whenever Joel posted, she would say, quote, Joel just posted a new video. And we were like 2 little groupies watching, but never really did anything. It wasn't until mid-2019 when Joel was talking about another provider and their experience with the same broker, and we just knew we had to change, or we were going to end up in the same way. We like to say we knew Joel before he became a 21-year-old Olympic athlete. I knew I loved you. You support my delusion. When we did start working with Joel, to say things changed is not even really applicable because it is such an understatement. All we were doing was broker work. It's all we knew. Boom. Boom. Our thinking started to change in watching Joel's videos, and it became apparent that we really weren't in control of anything. You are not in control when you're doing broker work. They are the gatekeeper. They're the toll booth operator. I cannot understand for the life of me how people operate their business like that. You wake up and you don't know if there's any business. Could be a lot, could be a little, could be a few, could not be. And if they cancel, do you get your $2? If you show up as a cancellation, do you get your $2? And you're still waiting to collect? All we were doing was waiting for someone else to give us trips. Exactly. They named the price, dictated the terms. Bingo. And we were just slaved. Yes. Sorry, I meant to say served. When we started working directly with Joel, we flipped the script and started to change our focus and how we approached everything. Amen. Boom. Rather than focusing on going to work for a broker and just taking what they gave us, we started focusing on building blank. Obviously, like FBI, I got to redact certain things, can't share the secrets. The way we interacted with brokers drastically changed, but it took time. It does, it's a process. When I start working with you, depending on what your business, look, if I start working with you and your business is, if I start working with you and you're like the other one where they're making $50 over 6 days, I'm making $60, we stop now. But then there's other people who are doing some broker work. We got a little bit of margin, we got some time, we got some breathing room, we're treading water. Okay, we're gonna tread water a little bit longer while we work to transition. So everybody's different, it's not all the same. Joel says we, quote, learn how to play poker. Yeah, I told him that. Because of the way we play poker with the brokers. Because there is definitely a chess match that goes on with brokers, yes. But if there is one thing I can absolutely tell you for sure is Joel knows his stuff, thank you. Everything he says about brokers, how they are going to act, and what they are going to do is absolutely spot on truth. It sometimes took time, but part of the game is waiting them out. Truth, absolutely true. You got to be patient in how you play the game. That's why we're playing poker. We're playing poker. But Joel was right on everything and becoming more selective and focusing more on blank. Again, I can't share everything for the White Walkers and the White Walker advisors, all the vicious beasts out there that keep multiplying like vultures and zombies. We rebranded our company with a new image. We changed everything. Logo, website, verbiage, welcome packet, marketing, everything was different. We rebranded our company with a new image, look, and feel. We made changes to our fleet. We did. And with drivers, no question. And a lot of the internal changes so we can form our own contracts and agreements, which we did. And that is literally what got us here today, closing at $3.25 million. On so many levels, this reality would never have happened if we never worked with Joel. Over these many years, Joel prepared and updated many different service agreements for our different facilities. During COVID, when others were going out of business, we were dramatically increasing our prices. Truth, absolutely true. They grew through COVID. During COVID, I saw everything. People who literally were on the verge of bankruptcy, some did go bankrupt, to other people who, boom, blew up and everything in between. I saw the entire mixed bag. Here's what's awesome about this. And I've said this before, it's amazing. People are struggling right now. I don't know if I was watching or what. Maybe I was listening to it in my car, listening to a podcast or something, I don't know. But they were talking about how if you purchased a house 3 years ago, a mortgage that was, and I'm kind of making them up, but I'm not too far off here. If you get a house that you would have got a mortgage for 3 years ago at $1,200 a month, is equivalent today, it's something like $2,500 or $2,800. It's something crazy like that. So 3 years ago, that $1,200 mortgage would now be equivalent to $2,500. And again, is that a lot of money? You could argue yes or no. I mean, if someone who's only making $50 in 6 days, that's a lot of money. But at the end of the day, things are not getting easier and you got to grow your way through it. Here's what's awesome too. In all these businesses we work with, and this one, do you think in all these contracts, people are struggling, people are hurting, and they're still getting solicited with these stupid national accreditation. Sign up, join us. We're gonna give you guys national accreditation. Your drivers who you see what's going to be happening. You're going to have to start paying them more because of the lunacy, the social engineering of the lunacy of the communist governors. You're going to pay more for national accreditation to give them the right teachings and training for national. There is nothing national about NEMT, nothing national about home care. Anyone trying to sell you the national accreditation, come to our annual seminars. You can golf with us. You can get a lanyard, go to breakout sessions. Of all the businesses that I've been involved in, buying, selling, preparing contracts, service agreements, laying things out for their drivers, not one single time, not one. I didn't say some, I didn't say low, I said none. Not one single time has anyone ever said, oh, well, we can't buy this business. Your drivers aren't part of they didn't get the national accreditation from the ABC. It's fictitious horse SHIT, unconditional, bar none, that's it, stop, it's over. It's worthless. Through no deals, no acquisitions, have I seen anything where any deal, any contract, any service agreement with any facility. I have yet to engage anyone at any facility where they said, no, we will not sign this agreement unless we see that your drivers have been certified with a national accreditation, horse SHIT. Not one single time. None. Keep that in your mind. So when people are trying to peddle crap to get you to pay more for national accreditation, it's offensive. They're wasting your flipping time and money. People have hard enough time with labor as it is. You don't have time for that nonsensical BS. I'm not done. You done? Because I'm not done. Time is already past an hour. It's got to get done. Got to get done. Let's try this one. Filled out information on one of our web forums. Please tell us more about your service or plans for starting your NEMT business. My wife and I are starting an NEMT business. She is a doctor from Mexico that ran an extended living facility for Alzheimer's and dementia patients here in blank. I think it's their state. And I have a sales background. Spent the last 10 years working with a publisher selling compliance posters and helping businesses get and remain compliant. We are just starting out, have name, website, have not gone live, established the LLC, and trying to determine the best vehicle to purchase, a way to market the business, broker to work with. What? After everything you've seen. And have a lot of questions. Do I actually need $1 million general liability, automotive, and workers' comp insurance as requested by MTM and VAO? Garbage. Garbage. Folks, I know how my wife says I'm on the spectrum because I see patterns, because I see how things are interrelated, the intersectionality of different things. She says it jokingly, but probably not jokingly. She says I'm on the spectrum, but it's like, dude, I know how this part. I know how this ends. Don't know who you are. What I'm not working with that guy, so I don't know. Probably thinks he's an expert. My wife was a doctor, so okay, you're elevated. You're in different. I was in sales for 10 years. I could sell anything. I could sell ice to Eskimos. Okay, go figure it out on your own. Go figure it out on your own. Love it, man. Joel, you think you know everything? I don't know everything, but I'll tell you what. I don't know everything, but I do know a lot. And when I'm able to take businesses that are 100% Medicaid, transition to where they're doing 15 to less than 20% Medicaid, and we sell for 3.25. Granted, it took a couple years. It took a few years, 4 or 5. I mean, yeah, that's wow. I mean, that's a heck of a change. But what do I know? You ready to get your jaw up a little bit here? Okay. Now, those other ones, I wasn't working with them. But you think the insanity is limited to people who I'm not working with? No. Every once in a while I get surprised. Let me show you some insanity of people I am working with. But again, because I think it's because I'm only a 21-year-old Olympic athlete, 6'4", 215 pounds with no worldly experience. I think they take advantage of the fact that I have no worldly experience, that they think I'm just dumb and naive. They're smart. Didn't I say in the very beginning, especially if you retain my services, the closer you stay to us, the more you share. Someone, I don't remember who it was, one of our client providers, in one of their awesome testimonials, said something to the effect of how they look at Joel as the counterbalance. And I've always, like, that is a huge compliment for me. Because they look at me as a counterbalance to, okay, I'm thinking about doing this, but you know what? Let me get devil's advocate. Let me get yay or nay. What's your feedback? What's your insight? That's valuable. That is valuable. That's right there. That right there, wisdom. All these people who think they're gonna outsmart the system, they know about, they're gonna outsmart it. Lack of wisdom. Even the Bible says it's like a fool. Like a fool is like a dog that returns to its vomit. So many people, they're gonna outsmart it. They got more experience doing other things, but they got this. They got this. But like whoever that was, and forgive me, I don't remember which one said. They specifically referred to me as their counterbalance. The reason they keep me on retainer is to serve as their perpetual counterbalance when they're doing things. Now, here's someone who I mean, he's retained us. So here's what I love. This blows my mind. Every once in a while, man, it doesn't happen a lot, but every once in a while I get surprised. Here's someone who contacts us, doing 100% broker work, living paycheck to paycheck. Money's it's going down, right? We're not building, we're not growing, we're not scaling. He contacts us. We did a market analysis for him. They sent the market analysis. As soon as he got that, boom, he wanted to start the one-on-one. We start the one-on-one. He has a meeting within 6 days. I think I started working with him on like a Thursday or something like that. For those of you who don't know, Tom is our lead developer for TPG Media. He's been having some back issues and stuff, so he's a lot of time off, a lot of time on. So we got a great team of people, but Tom, he's been, lower backs are crazy. So anyway, so Tom is had to take some time off and come back and all this kind of stuff. So he was working weekends. It just so happens that this particular client, he has this meeting on Wednesday with this facility, and I told him, I said, look, man, we already got your market analysis done, which is great. Everything else, this is a train wreck. Your business model is a train wreck. Your website is god awful. Your logo is terrible. Everything. He had nothing. So look, here's the deal. My guy's going to be here. This and that. We're going to pimp juice you. We are going to straight up pimp you out like a champ. The goal is to have everything done so that you are having your executive welcome packets printed up on Tuesday, so you can go to that meeting and look like absolute pimp juice by Wednesday. We fulfilled. I told him, I said, you sign up, get the website, sign up for the website tomorrow. We're going to push through the weekend. I'm going to have my people. We're going to get this done. What I love about this guy, didn't hesitate, nothing. Boom, does just that. But let me step back a little bit and show you big picture. Okay, so what I'm going to show you here, these are tidbits. So when you sign up for one-on-one, we send you a questionnaire of like, I don't know, 24, 25 questions. These are snippets of particular questions and answers that he gave. Questions are in black, his answers are in red. What time delay limitations do you foresee, if any, in starting your new business or expanding an existing business? Right now, he says, since business is slow with broker work, I am still driving a wheelchair van daily, so that keeps me busy. But it isn't a full day's worth of trips. This is probably my biggest time restraint. Okay, so all he's doing is broker work. And he said later on in one of his other things that he's tired of living paycheck to paycheck and hand to mouth. Married, kids, all that stuff. Again, 100% broker work. Do I get trips? Things are slow. Why are things slow? This is what happens when you are on the plantation. What's Massa, Motive Care, Massa, MTN, VAO? What are they giving you? What are they blessing you with? What are they blessing you with? You are in business to control your own destiny, to have financial freedom and independence. Right now, since business is slow with broker work, I am still driving a wheelchair van daily, so that keeps me busy, but it isn't a full day's worth of trips. This is probably my biggest time restraint. Another question. If we had not prepared a custom market analysis for you, have you conducted any market research in your local community to uncover specific community needs and opportunities? If yes, please describe your findings. I just received my custom market analysis, still going through and figuring out a plan. Beautiful. Custom market analysis, critical, great for strategic planning purposes. What is your current financial situation? More specifically, if starting a new business, how much money do you have available and allocated to start and operate your business? If you are already operational, what is the current financial situation of the business? In an effort to expedite, please send a separate email with your year-to-date company P&L statement. He says, currently I am just surviving. All broker work. Currently I am just surviving. Not really doing well with financials. Then why are we only doing broker work? close to nothing saved and having to continually pour in money from my personal savings. I will send P&L. This is why his savings are continuing to dwindle. He's, again, symbiotic relationship. Who's the parasite? Who's the host victim? Insanity. If your business is already operational, please describe your sources of revenue: private pay, Medicaid, workers' comp, VA, no-fault insurance, etc. Possible contracts or service agreements, rates of reimbursement, levels of income. It's all coming from broker work through blank. I seldom have private pay. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Another question. What obstacles or challenges do you foresee as potential problems, hindrances, or delays to achieving success with your business? Running out of money for expansion. Continuing with broker work. A big vehicle expense. Basically, his business ticking time bomb. What are we doing it for? Married with kids. Another question. How long do you plan on owning your business, and what is your exit strategy? He says, I would like to build it up to be one of the success stories and understand crystal clear what he's saying right here. I would like to build it up to be one of the success stories and sell for $1 million or more. I'm going to read that again because I want you to remember this. I would like to build it up to be one of your success stories and sell for $1 million or more. I'm not sure how long that will take, or if that is an option to set up a quality team to run this business and put it on semi-autopilot. Then I'd consider keeping the business. I'm hoping for your help. I'm hoping for your help. Stay tuned. I can achieve this goal in 3 years or so, but I really have no idea if this is even attainable. Ask Gary. Ask Gary. Ask Gary, who sold, what they closed on September 14th to 15th for 3.25. Ask him. What are your key goals that you hope to achieve with your business and in working together with Joel? I want to make my broker work my filler good. I want to make my broker work my filler for trips and build up solid private paid business. Begin to save money and build up a multi-million-dollar business. His words, not mine. Go ask Gary if that's attainable. Okay, I'm going to keep going here. Pay attention. Pay attention. Make sure I got the right one. Okay. Mind you, I told you, we pimped him out. I said, look, we had 5 days, I think it was, 5 or 6 days tops, 5 days to have everything done, get it approved by him, blah, 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 blah. You get it printed, so boom, next day, 6th day, boom, it's game day. It's his meeting. So he sends me this meeting. He sends me this message after the meeting. He says, hey, Joel, just got back from the meeting and it went well. The clinic is new and trying to establish themselves in blank location. They have a new facility that will be operating up at the end of October. They are at a temporary location for now. The business model they have is seeing their patients once a month, and if needed for sicker patients, every other week. I had to sit down with the current director, and it was not very business-like at all, in a good way. He was very transparent and upfront with me. They are using a company called Blank as their primary provider. They only have 300 patients at the moment, but as they open the new center, they are hoping to hit 600 to 800 and keep growing. So as of now, the current provider isn't really cutting it for them. They want to sign an agreement and are okay with the rates that we featured in the executive welcome packet, but would like to negotiate them to be lower in the future. I told them that it is possible, but we need to talk to my CFO. That's one of the key strategies we do when we're working with people. You always be the good guy. When in doubt, you blame things on me, i.e. your CFO. My CFO, I'd love to, but let me check out my CFO. He's based in New York. Boom. You leverage it. We play good cop, bad cop, whenever and however we need to. They want to sign the agreement and are okay with the rates, but would like to negotiate them to be lower in the future. I told them that it is possible, but we would need to talk to my CFO. For now, they are offering around 15 wheelchair trips weekly. The way they bill is they give me their credit card, and I invoice them weekly, and they pay. Beautiful. Boom. How's that working out for you, Medicaid brokers? This is what you get with direct pay contracts. They are paying for all the trips for the patients as of now. and I can assure you the rates of reimbursement are a lot higher. They are paying for all the trips for the patients as of now, even to their specialists. They have a care facilitator that does the booking for the patients, call to confirm, and so on. I told them that for now they could email the trips, and in the future they could submit them via our online portal, i.e. Dispatching Made Easy. True, when you're using our software platform, you create a profile for the facility, give them a username and password, they send you trips, those trips go directly to your dispatcher, they can approve them, reject them, whatever. I mean, it's beautiful. That's why so many people, you're trying to reinvent the wheel, wasting your time. It seems like they really need a better solution for the transportation as of now and are looking for someone to grow with them. They use Uber, Lyft for their ambulatory trips, but may use us for certain people that need assistance. I asked them when they wanted to start with us, and he said ASAP. I told him I'd send him an agreement, but he was saying that he didn't want to complicate things and was looking for something simple. I can accommodate. I told him I understood. He also mentioned that if there was a minimum trip or some other clause, it probably wouldn't work. I told him I will make it as simple as possible. I think that's about it. If you have any questions, please let me know. What are your thoughts? Do you think this is good? I'm excited and thankful for your guidance. Long story short, I hooked them up with a Pimp Juice contract. Pimp Juice service agreement. Let me continue. See, that's not it. Okay, this might be it. Let me back up one step. Here's an email. So he sent this to me. I just read you the email post meeting. Here's one that I sent to him. I had this out of order. Not a big deal. Here's one I sent to him after I replied to everything and told him, look, this is a train wreck. We need this fix, that fix, boom, 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 boom. We got to do it now. Da, da, da. He responded to me directly as soon as I started working with him. He said, Joel, thanks for your prompt reply. I knew you'd give it to me straight, but I'm not surprised by your response. I knew it was coming, but as you said, I am looking to change things for the better. I appreciate you. It's been a frustrating year and a half since taking over. I'm glad I discovered you, but sad that it took me so long to actually acquire your services. Better late than never, right? I will do what I need to make things turn around. Key point, make sure you pay attention to this. I will do what I need to make things turn around. I just need your help and guidance. As for the clinic that reached out, this is their website, blank. I have a meeting set up for next Wednesday to sit down and talk to their director. I still don't know how they found me, but they contacted me first and said they wanted to talk about contracting for transportation services. Let me know how I should proceed. Also, one thing I want to add is that I recently expanded to blank. I have an uncle who will be driving a wheelchair van. I was thinking of taking on my ambulatory vehicle, blank, to that location. Due to low volume, I already have my auto liability G&L in place. It's through my other LLC. They have no network, blah, 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 blah. I just wanted to share that with you. So clearly he's open to everything, right? Then we have the meeting. And then I just read you that email and boom, he blows that thing up, right? Okay, so then I prepare the contract for him. So I prepare the contract. He loved it. Let me see real quick. Make sure I got this right. I got so many emails here. I want to make sure I got the right one. All right. Is that the right one? Gotta be. Okay, I showed you that one already. How about this one? So I send him the contract. He loves it. Sends it over to the facility, clinic, wherever they are. They hesitated all of about a millisecond and signed it. Our rates, we define our own rates. And here's a simple email. Joel, good news. Just received the signed contract. Phenomenal. Okay. We're going to continue. I don't know exactly what I emailed. Again, I do a lot of emails. I don't know exactly what I sent him, but here is a response that he sent me. I think I asked him, how soon are they going to start? He said, I think as soon as Monday, which would be the following Monday. The director called me as soon as he sent the signed agreement and gave me the credit card info to bill for transportation. He also sent emails to his care facilitators with the email to send me trips. I'm ecstatic. You are the man. Just signed up for DME and looking to get that set up. When I mentioned the portal for them to use and how they would be able to see the trips, submit trips, and track trips, he was very impressed with the technology we are using and about how much it would help his team. I'm also going to get some of his marketing materials to help grow his patient base. I have lots to do. The past week has been a tsunami of events. Again, we transitioned everything. Within like 6 days, we transitioned everything for him. Pimped out logo, vehicles, all that stuff. We crammed it in. Looking forward to building this business to the most profitable NEMT company in blank. Not the biggest, like you've said in your videos. I'm sure I'm going to have more questions. I'll be in touch. Thank you, thank you, thank you, he says 3 times. Cram it in 6 days. Has an awesome meeting. They signed I put the agreement together within probably 24 hours. Exactly what we needed. Boom, they sign it instantly. Signs up for DME, ready to go. They're loving them. They're ready to start using them on Monday. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. So you saw, he's excited. He says 3 times, thank you, thank you, thank you. He said it's been a tsunami. He's ecstatic, he says. So then I follow up with him. Shortly after that. I said, hey, and whatever I emailed him, his response is, this is where rarely do I get surprised, but sometimes I still get surprised. Hey Joel, thanks for the update. I've been busy to say the least. This broker work keeps me busy. We just signed an agreement. We need to grow not just that agreement, but we need to duplicate that with more facilities. Direct pay work. They just signed an agreement for your rates, which are immeasurably higher ROI. Keep that in mind. Hey Joel, thanks for the update. I've been busy to say the least. This broker work keeps me busy. You're allowing yourself to be busy and bogged down with low ROI. You just signed an agreement. You're ecstatic. It's been a tsunami. This broker work keeps me busy sometimes, and other times not so much. It seems like everything came all at once, but it's good. Just got to knock them out one by one. Been working on getting the new logo on the vans. Just put a deposit and should have them installed next week. Been trying to set up DME, but haven't had much time to sit down and get it done. The facility has given me 1 trip for the 11th so far. I also launched in another location in blank with the broker at the end of September. So I have 1 wheelchair van there. So managing that has also taken up some of my time. It's a family friend that's subcontracting for me. And once I get a feel for things, I'm thinking of adding more vehicles there. You just got a contract. Someone who's excited, enthusiastic to use you. They got 300 patients. They're going to expand to 6 to 800 or something like that. And they operate in other locations as well. And you're focused on expanding broker work, low ROI. We just crammed 6 days. Tom was working on the weekend. Tom did that website all by himself. Usually, we got a staff of 4 people on UMTBG Media. Tom crammed that like a champ. We got him to send him all his marketing material information. I will check out the material and get them printed and start visiting these assisted living facilities. Thank you for your help. I think your explanations are good. We explained to them how to use the marketing material. If I have any questions, I'll ask. Thanks, and we'll keep you updated as things come. Folks. You allow yourself to become distracted. What's the 80-20 rule? Majored in the minors. It's incredible. It's analogous to, I've always said, people confuse busyness with business. They're not the same. Oh, I'm so busy. Are you being productive? You making real money? Oh, I'm so busy. But you're not taking care of business. You're taking care of busyness. You're not taking care of business. You're so busy, you're swamped. You can't focus on private pay work. You can't focus on duplicating this contract. You can't focus on marketing because you're majored in the minors. I said in the very beginning of this long video, this is probably the longest video, especially when you retain my services, the closer you stay to my team and me, the more we keep you focused on true north. We got people who, they're adamant, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Well, I'm using this software because of that. Well, I like how I could upload this and that. What can I say? What can I say, folks? Good afternoon. I need to track what users are doing in DME. We are running into some issues, and I have no way of knowing who is doing what. Is there a report or something you can send me to show user activity for the month of September? Your assistance is greatly appreciated. You need to give in DME all of your users who are using DME, you give them unique username and unique passwords. You create their own profile for them. You can limit their roles so that not every person has access to the same information or the same functionality. You need to stop letting all your users use your master username credentials. Create unique usernames and profiles for each of them. Give them unique passwords, unique username, because when you do, every single time they log in and log out, it's tracked and monitored, timestamped, can't be changed or altered. What do I know? What do I know? I'm just an international sex symbol, just trying to get by. This is good. This is from CMTA, California Medical Transportation Association. Worthless. Like your governor, worthless. Absolutely worthless. CMTA brings no value. Not a little, not some, not a portion. They bring you no value. They do nothing to protect and preserve the interest of NEMT providers in the communist Cali. Worthless. But you have this worthless organization saying, good morning, CMTA members. If you are contracted with CareCar, I've talked about this in previous videos, do not do work with CareCar. Terrible. They don't pay their bills. They use you like a sharecropper, low ROI, and then they don't pay you. They stiff you. You got worthless CMTA saying if you are contracted with CareCar and don't receive payments from them either on time or not at all, please respond to this email as soon as possible. Worthless CMTA has several reports that CareCar is using our providers' services and does not pay. You think? How long ago did I mention this in multiple videos? What do I know? 21-year-old Olympic athlete, 6'4", 215 pounds, no worldly experience. Several providers lost substantial, and I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars. How you allow that to happen? I mean, we're past that. That's a different conversation. I'm not even wasting my time with that. Several providers lost substantial amounts of money transporting care card members. How there isn't a class action lawsuits against these scumbags, I'll never know. When responding, please include your name of the company, contact person, telephone number. Many thanks, blank blank, executive director, worthless, CMTA, worthless. Broker work. Building my business, Joel. I'm growing in scale and I'm going to start with my own sedan. Hey, anyone have the number for Care Car? Hey, go on the White Walker websites, the group chats that all hate this 21-year-old Olympic athlete. He doesn't know what he's talking about. They charge too much. Anyone have the number for Motive Care? Worthless. Worthless. More deliciousness coming. Let's see what we got here. Okay, here we go. This is from one of my boys. Love him. So this is an email sent to him from Kurt Tamangan. Worthless. Call the car. Not Care Car. This is Call the Car. Equally worthless. Equally worthless. Equally worthless. Hi. This is Kurt from Call the Car. Contacted my provider. Hi. Blank. After taking a look at the rates below, because my provider was saying, dude, you better increase these rates. This is pathetic. After taking a look into the rates below is our proposal. I ultimately don't have room, as I know this isn't a substantial increase. However, when I was taking a look, your company was already on the higher end of rates across our network, and thus I have minimal room and have worked with our COO, and the best I can do is below. Please note that I do understand we have came a bit down on the mileage for wheelchair. However, I have given an increase on the base, and taking a look at the mileage for the trips you currently take, you should make more for each wheelchair trip, considering trip history for your company. What we bless you with. Look at these pathetic numbers. Ambulatory base pickup 14. Wheelchair base pickup 18.25. You effing kidding me? Look at the base pickup for Gurney. $107? Look at the mileage. Here's what I love. I love this one. Watch this one. This one's gonna. I love this one. Love it. Now first I want you to scroll down. Look at the bottom here. Notice. Kurt Tamangan is from the corporate office. Probably knows nothing about the lay of the land about this, where this guy is. But here's what I love and puts everything in perspective. The wait time per hour, or a portion thereof, after the first 15 minutes. So for the first 15 minutes you're working for free, they'll give you $20 an hour. Boom, love it. What did we just see with worthless Newsom? Next year, minimum wage for a fast food worker is going to be how much? Boom, $20 an hour. Which means that $20 an hour for a fast food worker is going to cost you about $25 when you factor in FICA, taxes, unemployment, all the nonsense. You're $24, $25. Boom! You're working for free for the first 15 minutes. You don't even, and then $20 for an hour. You don't even cover your labor cost. Love it. Boom. Sign me up for the brokers. Joel, you're crazy. You don't give us lanyards at national conventions trying to do the national accreditation. This gets better. Hold on. Here we go. Let's look at this. Now here we go. This is where, from Kurt, after taking a look below, is the best and final proposal I can do on my end. So we increased the ambulatory rates from $14 base pickup to the same. The mileage is the exact same. But for wheelchair, we went up 75 cents on base pickup fee. We went from $18.25 to $19. We went up a nickel. Went up 1 nickel on mileage from $1.85 to $1.90. How much is your gas going up? How much is your labor rates going up? How much is maintenance going up? How much is the cost of bread? How much is the cost of food? He gave you a nickel on mileage. A nickel. And for a gurney went from $1.07 to $1.950 or $109.50. So it went up $2.50. Do you realize that in certain places you got Motive Care, who is the largest and worst broker? In certain places, they're paying like 237 or something like that, something in that ballpark. Let's say 240 just to make it easy. They're paying the ballpark of $240 plus $4 a mile for gurney work. Insanity. And you got this broker at $1.07, now $1.950 for gurney work, and they went up a nickel. Folks, if you can't get offended by this, nothing's gonna offend you. Nothing's gonna offend you. Nothing's gonna offend you. Let me see, I got some more here for you. Looks like I forgot to include some of these pictures, so we'll skip over some of this. Here's what I like. Don't work with this person either, but I tend to be very aggressive. Okay. I tend to be very aggressive. Currently running 10 vehicles. Phenomenal. And only been in business for a year. That is phenomenal. 10 vehicles in a year. I tend to be very aggressive. Currently running 10 vehicles and only been in business for 1 year. Projected annual gross revenue of $655,000. I already know what that is, but let's pull out the old calculator here. Let's run some numbers. 655,000 divided by 10. That means each one of your vans is generating $65,500 per year. That doesn't get it done, kid. I tend to be very aggressive. Currently running 10 vehicles and only been in business for a year. Projected annual gross revenue of $655,000. Not putting all my eggs in the NEMT basket. Offering private pay and trying to connect with some of the big boys who are currently experiencing difficulties with their employees getting to work to their distribution warehouse facilities, etc. Amazon and Walmart. i.e. Amazon and Walmart. The strategy is to offer transportation from blank location to their nearest distribution facility, as many of these workers don't have cars and have not met all age compliance requirements. Therefore, they need to find a way to get there. Just a thought. Regards. Don't know anything about you. Let me put things in perspective for you. I got people doing $2 million a year, and they got 12 vehicles. 166 grand per unit. Which would you rather have? I got 10 vehicles. I'm very aggressive. I got 10 vehicles. Doing 600, let's say it's 650, $650,000 a year. That's 65 grand a unit. I tend to be very aggressive. All right. I got people doing $2 million a year, and they got 12 vehicles. That's almost $167,000 per unit per year. Which would you rather have? Which would you rather have? Hello, my name is Blank, and I just wanted to express my appreciation for your longevity and advice, success, and support in the industry. I'm contacting you because I would like to know if there is a paid service to help me get contracts for my wife, and I am not a emergency transportation provider. Thanks in advance. Folks, getting contracts is a process. You don't show up on day one, hey, my name's Joel, I'm a 21-year-old Olympic athlete, 6'4", 215 pounds, no worldly experience, but I got a van here, I'm here for a contract. Doesn't work like that. It's a process. Build the relationship. And then look the part, be the part, have the right capacity. Then we strike when the time is right. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's try this one. Open up for me. Open up for me. All right, this is for motive care. Motive care. Oh, we don't negotiate. We don't negotiate. You sure? Brokers always say all the time, we don't negotiate. These are our rates. We don't negotiate. You sure? Motive care, formerly known as Logisticrat, nation's largest and worst broker. They send this to my client provider who I've been working with for years. I got this guy rolling, banking. This guy is stacking chips, stacking chips, stacking chips, stacking chips. Love it. Love it. This guy's stacking chips. We don't negotiate. You sure? Here we go, right here. This is directly from Christina Campapiano from Motive Care. They're trying to get him to come on to Motive Care. We refuse to. We take their stretcher work because their stretcher work pays well. Pays like $237, $240 plus the $4 a mile. We can renegotiate the ambulatory and wheelchair rates as we need all levels of service. You can't afford us. You can't afford us for a wheelchair. We'll take your stretcher. We're cherry picking. We're cherry picking. We're cherry picking you, kid. Let's get this one. So we respond. We dealt with them with Motive Care about a year ago, plus maybe a little less. I don't know. Time flies by pretty quick. We said, no. We're not doing this. Your rates are garbage. We're not wasting our time. And we told her. I drafted the email. He copies, pastes, sends, boom. He tells Christina, nah, I apologize. We used to work with, I don't know, Ralph with Motive Care, and your rates were too low. Well, we can negotiate. We need all rates, all forms of transportation. We can negotiate. Really? Okay. I don't think you can pay us enough for it. Here it is in this email. What rates are you looking for when it comes to wheelchair? Okay. What rates are you looking for? Told her what we needed. Please review rates to see if you can work with these rates. They don't negotiate, remember? Remember? Now, ultimately, we don't end up going with them. We tell them no. We're going to take your gurney rates, we're going to take your stretcher rates at almost $240 for a base pickup fee, and we're going to take your $4 a mile. But we're not wasting our time with your wheelchair and ambulatory. They dealt with it. They deal with it. Oh, folks. I'm going to skip over some of these ones here because of time. I knew this was going to be long, but let me finish on a high note here, though. Let me finish on a high note here. Only because I want to and I can. Outrageous. Border Patrol agents reveal Biden regime gives $2,200 taxpayer money per illegal immigrant family plus a plane ticket, housing, food, free medical. Here's what I love about it. In a shocking revelation, Todd Bensman, the Center's Texas-based senior national security fellow, has reported that the Biden regime is allocating a staggering $2,200 per family. And here's what they're doing. Let's say it's a mother, father, and 2 kids. They split up. So they each come in separately. How do I know this? Well, I won't disclose. But anyways, so here's what they do. Mother and 1 child sign up. Father and 1 child sign up. So boom, we went from 22 to 4,400. How much you getting? How much you giving? This comes at a time when the average American on Social Security receives $1,400 per month, and Maui survivors only $700. Boom. Politics directly affects policy, which directly affects your money. What do I know? I'm only a 21-year-old Olympic athlete, 6'4", 250 pounds, no worldly experience. Folks, I know that was a marathon. I know it was a lot. For those of you that stayed all the way to the end, you are absolute beast mode, and I love you. I apologize for the long duration between videos. There's so many things happening so quickly that hopefully I'll be able to make one much sooner and more readily, more frequent. So I apologize for the lengthy delay. The only solution you have to get through the current calamity is to grow through it. Build your business the right way from the very beginning. You think you're going to save money doing a loan? Do you think you're going to outsmart it? You're going to come up with something more creative? Maybe if you chase down some more shiny objects? It's costing you time, money, and effort. As I've always said, hey, I agree with the old saying, the old adage, smart man learns from his own mistakes. But as I have expanded many, many, many years ago, it's true. Smart man learns from his own mistakes, but a truly wise man learns from the mistakes of others because it's a whole lot easier, quicker, and more cost effective. So trust me, learn from these people. And if you need help, reach out to us ASAP. Because we are already swamped as it is, and we can only work with those who are serious. I hope you learned something. And again, if you stayed all the way till now, you are an absolute beast. Stay tuned. When you do, I'll see you at the top.
I can't afford the groceries. I can't afford your gas. It's buying flesh.